I think we can all agree Fulham are having a fantastic season so far, and this is despite losing João Palhinha to Bayern and Tosin to Chelsea. Marco De Silva's cooking with Fulham, but I want to see if I can do better. So today I'm going to find out, because I've now taken charge of the Lily Whites with the ultimate goal of making them Champions League winners. But here's the catch. I'm only allowed to sign FIFA 20 Wonderkids whether they lived up to the hype or massively flopped. So here we go guys, season 1 with Fulham, and this is the starting 11 that we've inherited. And for the most part guys, I can't really pick a fault with it. I mean, for starters, it's a pretty young team guys. There's only 3 players who are in their 30s for goodness sake. And the average age of our highest rated players isn't bad at all either. So far it's looking great. Especially with players like Emil Smith-Rowe, Andreas Pereira, Robinson, Anderson, Leno. Fulham are low-key kinda stacked. And on top of that, there's a healthy budget to work with in Season 1 too, 49 mil to be exact. However, as you know, this money can only go on FIFA 20 Wonderkids, and with that comes one rule that we have to follow. When I sign these Wonderkids, I cannot mess around with their stats or rates, so if I sign Kylian Mbappe for example, I must sign him as he is right now. And that's what's going to make this video quite tricky guys, because not every FIFA 20 Wonderkid actually fulfilled their potential. But one way or another guys, we're going to have to figure something out, because it's now my job to make this Fulham side the world's best club. But before we think about the FIFA 20 Wonderkids guys, we got to mess around with the tactics, so I'm going for the 4-3-3 attack with a short passing build-up style and a pretty high line. And as you can see from how we've got the player instructions set up, we are playing a very attacking style of football. 2 box-to-box midfielders, 2 wing-backs up and down the pitch, with our front 4 always staying high up the pitch. And guys, I've messed around with the team a little bit, and I think this is by a mile our strongest team. But you must be crazy if you think I'm leaving it like this. Because whilst we've got a decent amount of money to spend, 49 mil isn't going to take us very far. So I've put all these players on the transfer list to try and get as much money together so that when it comes to actually signing players, we've got a lot of money to play around with. Now I know this may not go down well with some Fulham fans because some of these players may be fan favourites. I do apologise, but trust me, let me cook. And thankfully, selling all those players actually went well, because as you can see, we've sold quite a few players. We actually sold all but one guys. Ryan Sessegnon had no interest, but this actually works out quite well because he's actually a FIFA 20 Wonderkid himself. But we've now got 131 mil to spend guys. We can do some serious damage with that money. But as you can see from the starting team, we did sell a couple of our starting 11 players, so our priority right now has got to be replacing them. Now as you just saw, we desperately need a new right back, but I'm thinking we use Ryan Sessegnon on that right hand side of the pitch. I mean, I've already told you guys he's a FIFA 20 Wonderkid, so it kind of works out. But we do need a centre back, we need a couple of midfielders, maybe a couple of wingers. There's still a lot of work to do. And trust me when I say not a penny of this budget is going to be wasted. We're going to be seeing players that we're familiar with, players that we aren't so familiar with, and players we may have completely forgotten about. But this is a player I'm sure you're familiar with. Eric Garcia. At the time, he was 19, playing for City with an overall of 69 and a potential of 85. But fast forward to now guys, he's 23, 78 rated, playing for Barcelona. I mean, he's certainly not fulfilled his predicted potential set 5 years ago, but he's still a pretty solid centre back. And he's also our very first signing as Fulham manager after spending 18.8 million on him. And we've still got over 100 mil to spend guys. We're nowhere near done yet. Because as I said, we need a couple of midfielders, and I want Ricky Puig to be one of them. 79 rated at 24 years old, got something special playing in the MLS. But back in FIFA 20, he was 20 years old with a 71 overall and 87 potential playing for Barcelona, so it's safe to say he hasn't hit his potential at all. But under my management, he's got a second chance too, as I've just spent 29.5 mil to sign him on a 5-year deal. And looking at the team now guys, it's coming along quite nicely. I actually might leave the midfield alone and move up to the wingers now. Because I don't know how many of you know this, but Sander Berge is actually a FIFA 20 Wonderkid himself. So just like Ryan Sessegnon, I'm going to give him a year in the starting 11 to see what he can do. But that means guys, we've now got 77 million to try and improve our front 3 as much as humanly possible. And I'm starting by signing a player who certainly didn't fulfill his potential. Ferran Torres back in FIFA 20 was 20 years old, 79 79 overall with a potential of 88. But since then, it's safe to say things haven't gone well for him. Fast forward to now though, he's 24, 80 overall, playing for Barcelona, where if I'm not mistaken, Barcelona fans really do not like this guy. So I've done everybody a favour by signing Ferran Torres for 31.5 mil on a 4-year deal. And that leaves us 41 mil to spend on our fourth and final signing of season 1. And that's going to be Bryan Mbeumo, who in FIFA 20 was 20 years old, had a 74 overall with an 85 potential, currently playing for Brentford. Fast forward to now though, he's still playing for Brentford, he's mid-20s and he's 80 rated, but for me, I feel like he's one of the most underrated players in the Premier League. And just like that, our transfer window's done after spending 27.4 million on him. And looking at the team now, I for one am very happy with how it's looking. I mean, thinking about it guys, without even trying, we've almost got a full team of FIFA 20 Wonderkids already. On top of that, there's a couple of core players that are solid as well, like Bernard Leno and of course Anthony Robinson. And then of course there's Emile Smith-Rowe, who I'm going to try my absolute best to turn into a monster. And to be fair guys, for season 1 I've got no real objectives or expectations. I just want this team to improve and I just want it to do well, man. I can't ask for any more than that. But to be fair guys, as we wrap up season 1, I think I should have, because these stats look absolutely fantastic. Bryan Mbeumo with 25 goal contributions, 19 for Ferran Torres, 27 for Emile Smith-Rowe. What a baller he is. And on paper guys, it looks even better than I originally thought. Honestly, do not be surprised if we've got a top 6 finish. But never mind top 6, we've got top 4 football, and if everything goes our way, we've got Champions League football for season 2. Bloody hell, FIFA 20 Wonderkids coming in clutch. We've also had a decent FA Cup run, making it to round 5. And we made it to round 4 of the Carabao Cup as well. I'll be real though, I'm actually really surprised at how well this team's improved so far. This is only season 1, remember, as well. But one way or another guys, we've got either UCL football or Europa League football, which means this is potentially what we're up against next year. And the team right now, as good as it is, I don't think it's at this level just yet. So these defo improvements to make, one of which being a new striker in place of Rodrigo Muniz, purely because he's only got 9 goal contributions in 37 games. That's astonishingly bad for a striker. I also want to replace Sander Berge in that midfield. I mean, to be fair, he's one of the weakest links in the team as well. Then we can maybe improve our defense a little bit more, maybe bring in a new keeper for Leno, but apart from that guys, we're actually solid going forward. But as you can see from the social media page, Bayern are indeed the team to beat in the Champions League if we are in this competition next year. We're not at that level just yet, but they are right now the standard setters. And before we go any further, if you're enjoying this FIFA 20 Wonderkid only video, drop this vid a big old thumbs up and smash that subscribe button if you're new. So here we go guys, season 2 with Fulham, and we are not messing around. I have just signed a FIFA 20 Wonderkid striker who's well overdue a big move to the Prem, as I've just signed Jonathan David for 48 million on the dot. In his mid-20s, 83 rated, and in real life, this guy's an absolute monster in front of goal. And back in the day of FIFA 20, he was 20 years old, 77 rated, with a potential of 88, and he was actually a central attacking midfielder back then. But it's certainly not anymore, because as you can see, he's our brand new striker. And that leaves us 68 million to try and fix our midfield and maybe improve our defense a bit more as well. Now, for the midfield, I'm kind of spoilt for choice. I could go for Ryan Gravenberch, who was 18 back in FIFA 20, 70 rated and had a potential of 87 overall. There's Tion Koopman, is 22 years old, 78 rated back then with a potential of 85. There's also Guendouzi, who back in FIFA 20 was 21 years old, 77 overall and had an 86 potential. But I'm going in a different direction. I'm going for Joe Willock, who was playing for Arsenal at the time of FIFA 20, 20 years old, 71 overall with a potential of 85. But fast forward to now, he's 25 years old, 79 rated, currently playing for Newcastle United. And his stats are perfect for that box-to-box midfielder role that we're after. And he only cost us 19.3 million as well. And now we've got 44 million to try and improve our defense. See, this is what I mean. I was thinking ahead. And I was thinking ahead to Ibrahima Konate, who I spent 35 million on alongside giving them Joachim Anderson as well. He's 85 rated now and he's 26 years old. But back in FIFA 20, he was 21, 79 rated with an 88 potential, and he was playing for RB Leipzig back then. But as you can see, we've only got 7 mil in our budget. We ain't spending any more money in this window. Which means this is now the team going into season 2. And if a week weaker team than this got top 4 football last year, I'm very excited to see what this team's capable of doing. Unfortunately, we won't see them in action in the Champions League just yet, as we did not qualify. So that means some team in the Premier League managed to win the freaking Europa League. But that does mean we're instead in the Europa League, and I'm not being funny. I'm fully expecting us to at least make the semis. I mean, there's already improvements happening in this team, guys. The defense is much stronger this year as well, so hopefully by the end of Season 2, we're lifting silverware. But that silverware won't be the Premier League, as once again, we are in the top 4, but hopefully this time we actually make it into the Champions League. But this time we didn't really have a good time in the FA Cup, as we got knocked out straight away by Man City. And Villa knocked us out straight away in the Carabao Cup. But we've smashed the Europa League phase, guys. We're second, which means we go straight through to the knockouts, where we smashed Club Brugge 4-1. We've just got past Stuttgart. We've beaten Villarreal. And we beat Atletico in the final. Ladies and gents, we got UCL football next year. Oh my God, that's a statement as well. Atletico are no pushover. But clearly the team we've built isn't either, because look at the state of it, man. I mean, a couple of decent signings next year, we could be contenders to win the Champions League. I mean, our stats aren't bad again either, but Brian Mbeumo is our top goal contributor again with 28 goals and 4 assists. But ladies and gents, Bayern have been dethroned. Real Madrid beat Benfica 2-1 in the Champions League final. Okay, if Benfica can make the final, we defo have a shot. But there's certain things we need to do to improve this team next year, man. It's a good team right now, but we need to take it to that next level. We first need to replace Leno in goal, man. He's almost 35 years old, and that's when keepers start to go down in rating. Ryan Sessegnon is another one. He's had his chance, guys. He's had 2 years to properly improve, but he hasn't really taken full advantage of it. Maybe replacing Joe Willett would be a good idea too. I mean, I know we only bought him this year, but he hasn't really improved as much as I'd want him to. Rest assured though, once those positions are sorted, we could go from winning the Europa League this year to next year winning the Champions League. Okay guys, Season 3 is here, and we've got a whopping 139 mil to spend. And that is a lot of money, and we can certainly find replacements for Willock and Sessegnon with that money. But Leno on the other hand is a different story, because there's only one goalkeeper from FIFA 20 who's a wonder kid who's actually better than him. And yes, you guessed it right, it was Donnarumma, who as you can see was an absolute beast in FIFA 20 as well. The problem is he's worth 78 million, which means if we are to sign him, it'll probably cost between 90 and 120 million, so we won't have enough money to sort our midfield and defense out. So once again, despite us having a serious amount of money, we've somehow still got to be quite tactical with it. So instead of going for Donnarumma, I'm going for Andre Lunin, who was 21 years old back in FIFA 20 with a 75 rating and a potential of 87. Fast forward to now though, he's 83 rated, 27 years old with a market value of 30.5 million, which means he's far more affordable than Donnarumma, as we only had to spend 35 million on him. And that leaves us 98 million to try and sort out our midfield and our defense. So overall, I think going for Lunin over Donnarumma was indeed the right choice. And I think I've made the right choice with the next player we brought in, as I just spent 40 million on right back Reece James. He's 26 years old right now with an 84 overall. And back in FIFA 20, he was 20 years old, 75 rating with an 87 potential. So honestly, I'd say he's doing pretty well fulfilling that potential so far. But that leaves us 54 mil to spend on improving our midfield, and trust me, I know exactly who to bring in, as I've just spent 37 million alongside Joe Willock to sign Orkun Koksu on a 5-year deal. Back in FIFA 20, he was a 75 rated 19-year-old attacking midfielder from Feyenoord with an 85 potential. But fast forward to present day, he's 25, 85 rated and a phenomenally well-rounded centre mid. And with that guys, I've done everything I wanted to do with Fulham, so this is indeed the team going into Season 3. And I don't know about you guys, but I've got a strong feeling we're going to go another season lifting more silverware. And as crazy as this sounds, it could very well be the Champions League we lift, as we are finally in this competition. And to be fair, the Premier League isn't exactly out of reach, as we're currently joint top with United after 3 games. But I've officially done all I can. It's time to see if these FIFA 20 Wonder Kids are going to help make the difference to this team this season, or whether they're just going to fall flat on their faces. Well guys, I'd say they've made a big difference difference. We just missed out on the Premier League to actually, no, we didn't just miss out on it. Man City won it by 7 points. But after finishing 4th in the league 2 seasons running, we have jumped to 2nd place. We can't ignore that. We also made the semis of the FA Cup. Bloody hell, Bournemouth. But we got annihilated in the Carabao Cup. Oh my god, that really is swings and roundabouts, isn't it? But look at this, we've smashed Real Madrid to win the Super Cup, so we've actually won 2 trophies in 3 years with Fulham now. And beating Madrid's a damn good sign going into the Champions League, as we have finished 10th in the league phase. I'm not sure if that gets you playoff football or round of 16 football. I guess we'll find out in a minute anyway. Well, as it turns out, to get you playoff football, as we've just scraped past Dortmund on pens. And we just scraped past Leverkusen in the round of 16. And we've beaten Atletico again. But PSG batter us in the semis. Come on, man. Why is it always PSG? To be fair, though, we did lose to the best team in the world, so at the very least, there is a silver lining to that. I can't help but feel like we should have got the better of PSG, though, guys. It's such a strong team. And as you can see from our stats, guys, the boys played out of their pants this season. But I feel like for this team to land that killer blow next year where it matters the most, we've got to be absolutely ruthless when it comes to the transfer window in Season 4. So I'm thinking a stronger centre-back than Eric Garcia, maybe a stronger fullback than Anthony Robinson, and maybe I go all out on Donnarumma next year and replace both Leno and Andre Lunin. Either way though, guys, this time next year I want this Fulham team to be the best team in the world. And guys, I think in order to get Fulham to that point, we need one of the best keepers in the world. So I have bitten the bullet and I have finally signed Donnarumma. He's 90 rated at 28 years old. He's just cost us 90 mil, but I think he's going to be worth every penny. And that leaves us 105 mil to bring in a centre-back better than Eric Garcia. And trust me when I say I have found the perfect replacement. As I'm going for Alessandro Bastoni, who back in FIFA 20 still played for Inter, but he was 21, 75 rated with a potential of 85. And fast forward now, it's safe to say he's more than lived up to his potential. 89 overall at 28 years old, and the best thing for us, his contract's running out, so we're going to get a much cheaper deal. And guys, I wasn't kidding, we've only had to spend 65 million to sign one of the best centre-backs in the world right now. And looking at this team now, guys, I am feeling confident. Never mind just winning the Champions League, I want to win every competition we're a part of this year. But admittedly, the big focus is indeed the Champions League. Last year we made the semi, so hopefully this year we can go one step further and make the final. But it's also a great start to our season in the Premier League. We are top of the league, undefeated. I do believe this is the season we dominate football on a grand scale. However, if it isn't, we strap ourselves in for another season until we finally do it. Guys, I don't get where we're going wrong in the Premier League. City take the title once again. I mean, it's a good job they're doing it here, because they certainly ain't doing that in real life, are they? No FA Cup either, as Swansea knocked us out. And Chelsea knocked us out of the Carabao Cup. Right now, we are 0-3. But we have legitimately smashed the Champions League phase, guys. We are top of it, and we only lost 1 game out of 8. We also went on to smash Juve in the round of 16. We've just got past Barca, and we smashed Dortmund in the semis. We're finally in the Champions League final. I'm truly not surprised, but I would have loved an easy team to come up against, because that team, I mean, attack-wise, it is fantastic, but that defence isn't all that good. I mean, granted, our front three hasn't got Vinny Jr. or Mbappe in it, but I'm guessing they ain't pulling numbers like our front three. I mean, combined, they've got over 100 goal contributions. And this is indeed the team going into the final against Madrid in all of its glory. No injuries, no suspensions. It's our strongest starting 11. And this team up to this point actually already won a couple of trophies. We've won the Super Cup and we won the Europa League as well. 2 European trophies, may I add. And we did this signing FIFA 20 WONDERKIDS only, and I've got a list of all the ones that we didn't sign. Let me tell you something, there was way too many to choose from. I mean, I'll be real with you guys, this list just keeps going on and on. There's well over 100 players here. But ultimately, these players were the ones who made the final cut for Fulham's team, and all we got to do to make them the best team in the world is beat Real Madrid in the Champions League final. But despite us having an insane team, this ain't going to be easy still, guys. This is Real Madrid we're up against, and they've got Mbappe and Vinny up top. But here comes Reece James. I see that run in the box. Torres is there. Can he get... Okay, that was very... Oh, hang on. We've got a penalty because of that. Ferran Torres is shot, blocked by Lucas Vazquez. It must have hit his arm or something. Oh, yeah, definitely. That's a penalty all day long. And Jonathan David is going to take it. We are going to Panenka there straight down the middle. Courtois is going to go to the left, and we go 1-0 up. 6 minutes in as well, guys. We couldn't have asked for a better start. All that was from absolutely nothing as well. But here comes Vinny Jr. You got Bellingham on the ball. Oh, Mbappe's on the ball now. Good save, Donnarumma. Here we've got Orkun Koksu on the ball. He's trying to fire. That is giant. What on earth was that? Jonathan David on the ball. He's looking for Mbeumo's return. He's going to try and cut inside. He's done a really good job there. Mbeumo still on the ball. Can he take a shot? It's blocked. Still on the ball now though. Reece James. Koksu. Okay, let's go back post. Ferran Torres is there. Not quite what I had in mind. Here comes Jonathan David now. He's going to look for that run. Brian Mbeumo is against Robertson. He's definitely got the pace on Robbo. He's cut inside. Surely this... Oh my God. How on earth do you not put that away, man? Seriously. It's the Champions League final, for goodness sake. We put that away. It's almost game over. Second half now. Vinny Jr.'s taking the ball down. They're doing really well. They're in behind. Donnarumma, what a save. That definitely isn't the best start to a second. Oh my God, that was a deadly deflection. Orkun Koksu is on the ball. Okay, we're going to send this long to Brian Mbeumo. He's definitely got the pace and he's definitely got the vision to pick out Jonathan David. Surely this is 2-0. And it is! There's the breathing room on the hour mark. We're 2-0 up. Jonathan David with a brace against Real Madrid. What did I tell you guys? He's an absolute baller. Great vision from Brian Mbeumo. Great touch from Jonathan David as well. And against Courtois, I mean, he's never missing that. But hang on, guys. I don't know what's happened here. I think we've just conceded a penalty. We were defending Mbappe, which seemed to be pretty damn easy. What happened here? Oh, come on. Kanate. Well, Mbappe is going to take the penalty. We're going to go bottom right. He sends us the wrong way in Madrid. Just like that, a back in it. Fantastic news. So as quickly as we got the breathing room, it has gone just like that. But we do have Anthony Robertson on the ball. Look at him, by the way. He's an absolute monster. Oh, Brian Mbeumo. Oh, referee, is that pen again? No. Come on, man. Throw us a bone. Ferran Torres is on the ball. He's got some room to... Oh, that's a good save. Here we come with Ferran Torres. Okay, we're going to try and get past Akanji. We've actually managed to. Ferran Torres is going to find Jonathan David for his hat trick. Oh, that is so... Oh, there we go. It doesn't matter. Mbeumo manages to get the third goal of the game. It is dead and buried now. So unlucky from Jonathan David, though. That would have been a peeler of a goal. But Mbeumo with the header. Courtois tries to save it, but he can't. And that might be all she wrote, guys. There it is. There's the full-time whistle. We've smashed Madrid 3-1 in the Champions League final with FIFA 21 Wonderkids only. We've made Fulham the best team in the world. And honestly, that took longer than I thought, man. I thought we'd have had this wrapped up inside 2 seasons, but no, it took us literally double the time. But in the end, we got there anyway. I am actually intrigued to see if this title update's made it so that we're lifting a trophy. Or is that good? Hey, the trophy's back. And with Reece James as captain of the Lily Lights, we lift the Champions League, which for once isn't invisible, to crown Fulham the Champions League winners. And that means my job is done. If you have enjoyed this video and want to see more content like this, drop this vid a big old thumbs up and smash that subscribe button if you are new. And if you want to watch another one of my videos, YouTube recommends you watch this one.